My name is Valentina, and today we're going to be talking about layering. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think that layering is one of the most effective things that you can do in an outfit to elevate it almost instantly. And sometimes it can look kind of scary and complicated, but once you understand the basics of it, it is super easy to do and you don't need crazy pieces to pull it off. I'm sure that by the end of this video, you're going to have a few ideas that you want to try. I want to start off by saying as well that having good basic t-shirts in your wardrobe is super important. It's basically the backbone of any simple outfit. They're super easy to find and super affordable as well if you're not going for crazy brands. With that being said, let's get straight into it. I'm gonna be talking about one of the most simple ways that you can layer, and that's a long sleeve under a short sleeve top. It looks great and it's super simple. Now there's three ways that you can do this. You can go super basic, and I don't mean that in a bad way, and do a basic long sleeve under a basic short sleeve top. This could look like a white long sleeve or a black long sleeve and vice versa. Here you can see I did a black long sleeve under a white short sleeve t-shirt. One thing you can take away from this specific outfit as well is that I didn't use a normal long sleeve. I actually used a cardigan, but you can't see that because it's under the short sleeve top. So that's something you might want to keep in mind. If you don't have any nice long sleeve t-shirts, you can use other things like a cardigan, a sweater. As long as it's not too thick and it doesn't puff out the short sleeve top, you're chilling. Now we can take this layout and spice it up a little bit. So you can go for a basic long sleeve top and a colorful short sleeve top. Whatever you got in your wardrobe, if you're wearing a basic long sleeve top underneath, you really cannot get it wrong. Obviously, this works the other way around too. You can do a fun, colorful long sleeve top with a basic t-shirt on top of it. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Another good thing to keep in mind here is you do not want a huge difference in length between the tops. Having the top underneath be too long can just mess up the proportions a little bit. So either have it popping out a little bit, same length, or even shorter. It's not gonna show anyways, so no one will know. Now that we got that out of the way, we can take it a little bit further. I guess you could say that wearing a top and a jacket is technically layering. But what we can do is add an in-between piece, something that goes in between the top and the jacket. This could be a button-up cardigan. If it's a basic cardigan, you can pretty much wear it underneath any jacket. So a blazer, a jean jacket, or even a statement piece. It's a little bit crazier, has a cool pattern on it, whatever it is. It went from you just wearing a t-shirt with a jacket to kind of adding depth to the outfit and putting a little bit more thought into it. Another idea that goes along this line is doing a button up with a zip up hoodie. In this specific outfit that I did, they're both colorful, but they kind of have the same undertone. Now let's take it a step even further. Let's forget the basic t-shirt and replace it with a button up. A button up is obviously a little bit more out there than just a basic top. So you could do a button-up and a v-neck sweater. A v-neck cut will just allow the button-up to show a little bit more, and it looks really clean. Speaking of button-ups, a great similar item that you can play with is polos. Polos are personally my favorite item of clothing ever, and I especially love to layer it because it's so easy, but it somehow just works really well. You could get a small white tee and put it underneath the polo, making sure that that white tee pops out a little bit at the bottom and the sleeves as well. If you're built like a little boy like me, you can find these kinds of t-shirts in the kids section. For example, the one that I'm wearing in this outfit is actually from the kids section at the thrift store that I found for £1. And they were selling 3 of it, so I ended up getting 3 for £3. What can I say? I guess there is benefits to not going to the gym. With the polo, you can also wear a long sleeve underneath it. You see how this is just as simple as wearing a basic short sleeve top, but it spices it up a little bit, you know? It's not just a basic short sleeve, it's a polo, it's got a collar. It's more, you know? Finally, we're gonna look at layering 3 pieces. Obviously, it gets a little bit more complicated here, but if you manage to get it right, it's fire. I'm gonna help you. Button-up cardigan blazer. When you're laying 3 pieces like this, you have to be careful with the thickness of the tops that you're wearing underneath, right? You don't want to wear a cardigan that's super thick with a jacket that's tight. You kind of want to create a ladder of thickness, so that the top that's going first is thinner than the top that's going on top, and so on and so on. If the top that you're wearing underneath is too thick, too big, too baggy, it's just gonna puff out the one that you're wearing on top of it, and it's just not gonna fit together. So you want that like flow of bagginess, if that makes sense. This layering combo is probably the most complicated one that I've done. That's a button up with a polo on top of it and the jacket. This outfit that I did, I took a lot of inspiration from Miu Miu. I'm not sure if they're the ones that came up with the idea of putting a button up under a polo, but that's where I first saw it, and I absolutely love it. The double color looks great, and the jacket on top of all of that just spices it up even more. When you're layering pieces, you want to keep in mind a couple of things: the length of them, the thickness, bagginess. Once you get the hang of it and start experimenting, you kind of understand what works and what doesn't, and you feel more comfortable pairing pieces that you hadn't thought of putting together before. And that can take your outfit from 0 to 100 really quickly. One advice I would give as well is don't overthink it too much. Once you start putting too much thought into the outfit and what pieces go with each pieces, you kind of start losing sense of it, you know? Sometimes for me, the outfits that I don't put that much thought into it are one of the best that I've put on so far, at least for me. When I try not to match too hard, that's when I feel like it works the best. Go to your wardrobe, pick random 2 items that you could layer together and try putting them on and see if it works. If it doesn't, that's okay. Go on to the next. But I hope this video gave you guys some ideas that maybe you haven't thought of before. And yeah, go try them out and just have fun.